If you think you know everything about peacocks, then I have some incredible surprises for you. Here are 10 peacock calls and displays that you have never seen before. Welcome to our channel. Number 10. Peacock screams. We all know that peacocks can make a loud, harsh noise when they're trying to attract a mate or ward off predators. But did you know that there are actually 2 different types of screams? The first is the scream that we're all familiar with, but there's also a lower-pitched, more guttural scream that only peacocks use when they're in danger. This is definitely an instinct that peacocks retain from their wild ancestors, as it's not uncommon for them to be hunted by predators such as tigers, leopards, and even bears. No. 9. The hidden bird call. Peacocks are known to mimic other birds' calls, but one of their favorite targets is the Indian roller. This bird has a distinctive laugh-like call that peacocks will often imitate, and the reason they do this is to either startle their prey or to confuse potential mates. Peacocks have been known to copy the calls of other birds, such as the Indian paradise flight, the coppersmith barbet, and the gray hornbill. No. 8. A flirtatious dance. Male peacocks will often display a behavior known as a flirtatious dance. This is where they half-heartedly try to court a female, just enough to keep her attention and affection. If a female peacock wants to be left alone, she'll turn her back on the male and walk away. But if she's interested, she'll preen her feathers and shake her tail. This is the signal the male needs to let her know that she's ready to mate. No. 7. Beware of the airbender. One of the lesser-known behaviors of peacocks is their ability to bend the air around them. This is not a superpower, but rather a natural adaptation that helps them to attract mates. Peacocks can create small whirlwinds of air by flapping their wings at just the right angle. This causes the air to spin around them in a circle, which creates a mesmerizing effect. No. 6. They wink at each other. If you've ever been lucky enough to see a peacock wink, then you know that it's a pretty rare behavior. However, it's not as rare as you might think. In fact, peacocks wink at each other all the time, especially when they're flirting or trying to attract a mate. When a peacock winks, he's basically saying, "Hey, I'm here and I'm available." So if you see a peacock winking at you, it might mean that he's interested in more than just being friends. No. 5. The moonwalk. One of the most impressive things about peacocks is their ability to dance. They can do a variety of different dances, but one of the most impressive is the moonwalk. This is where they essentially do a backflip and land on their feet without touching their hind legs to the ground. It takes a lot of practice to learn how to do this, but peacocks are naturally graceful and elegant, so they pick it up pretty quickly. No. 4. Alluring. Peacocks have large, round eyes that are surrounded by a ring of color. This is what gives them their distinctive look, and it is also what makes them so alluring to humans. But peacocks don't just have one all-encompassing eye. They actually have 2 separate ones, each with its own pupil and lens. This gives them a wide field of view and allows them to see predators coming from all angles. No. 3. A royal flush. Peacocks are known for their beautiful, colorful feathers. But did you know that they also have a special way of displaying them? It is called a royal flush, and it has something that only the most confident and dominant males do. To perform a royal flush, a peacock will spread its tail feathers as wide as possible and then raise them up over its head. This creates the illusion of a single, continuous plume, and it's definitely a sight to behold. No. 2. Hidden talents. In addition to being able to change the color of their feathers, peacocks also have a number of other hidden talents. For example, they're actually really good at problem solving, and they're also very curious creatures. This means that they're always looking for new things to explore and investigate. Peacocks are also very social animals, and they live in groups called flocks. These flocks can number in the dozens, and peacocks will often travel long distances each day in search of food. No. 1. Talking to each other. We all know that peacocks can talk to each other, but did you know that they have a much wider range of vocalizations than you might think? Peacocks can make over 40 different sounds, including whistles, screams, rattles, and even laughs. They use these sounds to communicate with each other about potential predators, available food sources, and, of course, to attract mates. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe so you won't miss any new videos.